I hope Wike will not wake up one day and say he has named Aso Villa after President Tinubu.
It's a pity for Nigeria. What in Babangida build for 240 million, Wike renovate them for 39 billion. The painful part of it now, they name with another person build a name man, Tinubu name. One day, this thing will look come like joke, like play. One day, this Nigerian name, they go change down to Bola Tinubu. Now, this is not joke. Now, already 2 years, this man don't use. They don't claim all the whole property. Former Abacha Balak, it don't be Bola Tinubu Barak. ICC will know, International Conference Center will know for years. It don't be Bola Tinubu International Conference Center. But man, no talk much. When you're listening to Whitney Abati, Ruben Abati won't talk, Wodi Randy, Peter Randy won't talk, and other Nigerians. Because if we continue to keep quiet, these people could claim this country come off our hand. Because right now, they don't see us finish. And they believe we can never do anything to stop that. But when we are ready, me and you know say we will stop that.
President Bola Tinubu and APC government make una take am easy o. APC pele o, wherever your APC. Because the way una they go APC, maybe by the end of this your regime, the whole of Nigeria go rename, they go name am Bola Tinubu Nigeria PLC or Limited. Because as it be today so now, it is not about governance, it is about sycophancy, propaganda on steroids. So everybody where they around the president, it is a battle for who go become the sycophant in chief. Nigerians, you wanna see this talk where they shout about fixing INEC and electoral reform before 2027. Nigerians, make una shine una eye. Do not let affliction to rise the second time, because now our life na in day at stake. So today for Abuja, International Conference Center ICC, where they renovate as they renovate and by this government, Minister for FCT Wike don't change the name. They don't rename them to Bola Tinubu International Conference Center Abuja. That International Conference Center, they built them since 1991. Oh, not be the first time where they don't renovate them. It was even renovated in 1999. They don't renovate them before. But as these ones don't come now, they don't renovate them. They don't change the name again. And not be even the first time be this. In fact, within a space of just 11 months, about 5 national institutions that have the name don't change to the name of the sitting president. Not be said they know they name things after former leaders, so but according to ethics and protocol, because of integrity, now mostly the next leadership, when they evaluate so that there will be merits, they can name it after former leaders based on your contribution to certain aspects. But today as we did, they don't rename barracks for Asokoro to Bola Tinubu barracks, not minding the criteria for military naming of their facilities and institutions to honor the contributions of fallen heroes who contributed in the security of the country. They don't name them after president. There is Bola Tinubu Polytechnic for Gwarimpa. There is airports for Niger State where they been named after Imam Abubakar Kagara, where contribute to their own northern issues. So they don't rename them 2024. They don't change the name back to Bola Tinubu Airport. There is also a bill to establish Bola Tinubu University of Languages for Aba in Abia State. National Assembly Library where they renovate 2025 to Abi 2024, they don't change them to Bola Tinubu Library, Abi Bola Tinubu Center. So maybe by the end of Tinubu administration, we go don't even they name our churches and parishes to Bola Tinubu Parish, Bola Tinubu Cathedral, Bola Tinubu Diocese. But in all, the question be say, is that how they go put food for the table of Nigerians? Shena by naming institutions after the leader be president, now so insecurity go end. If to say as soon as they name, now so government they better, coastal highway don't complete, they don't fight corruption, if or even good. But all of these names are naming after the leader. How does it translate into the betterment of the lives of the people? Now sycophancy upon sycophancy. So when another leader come himself go sit down, decide to they change the name to also fit in on this thing. APC, Nigeria day before APC, and there will be Nigeria after APC. Nigerians, if una sit down, allow the consolidation of the criminality that took place in 2023 called an election, now our own life now we they put at risk. because as e dey now, the slogan for the government was even Emilokon, na my turn. No be say anybody come to say I want to be Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore or I want to be your Nelson Mandela. Na my turn. So anything where they happen, so na my turn to rename am. I can name even your house after my name. I can name even your hotel when I say when a family name make una change am to the president name. It doesn't matter anymore because there is no ethics. There is no bar for governance. Before they go say they lower the bar, lower the bar. Now there is no bar. Nigerians, we must unite to fix governance. We must take our personal life seriously because what Nigeria is today is a huge joke. Nigeria exists so that other countries can learn how not to govern their countries. This is the textbook definition of how not to govern a country. And if you think that the people where they do now them they at risk, the joke is on you and me who are the ordinary citizens. We go continue to pay and make up for the recklessness and rudderless leadership provided by this set of people. Renaming of institutions, so make una continue. Murasi, APC, Nigeria PLC.
The International Conference Center is a major landmark in the Federal Capital Territory. I think it's commendable that that place has been renovated. It's a major cultural symbol. People go there for weddings, diplomatic activities take place there, lectures are given there. It's quite an impressive complex, just looking at it architecturally. Now, the president said he went there in 2024 for an ECOWAS conference, an ordinary meeting of ECOWAS, and then he discovered that the place was falling apart. And he had called the FCT minister to say, well, is this how low we have sunk? You know, this place doesn't look befitting enough. It doesn't represent Nigeria well. And the FCT minister promised that, you know, the FCTA will work on the building. And this is the result that we have seen. And the president, you know, obviously was quite impressed with what his minister has been able to do within 11 months to transform that place. Well, I've not seen a full picture of the place, but for the president to have been so impressed to praise his minister, I think it's something commendable. And we join him in saying, well, for responding swiftly, Wike did well. However, there is something we teach in critical theory. There's a subject in literature called critical theory. This subject is about temporocentrism. Temporocentrism means the tendency to think that your time and place is the best in history. In other words, to simplify it for ordinary, you know, people, it's called present-mindedness. There is, I think, a certain error of temporocentrism in the renaming of that International Conference Center after President Bola Tinubu. Yes, Wike, the minister, says the reason they've done that is to appreciate the leadership of the president, and because he was the one that renovated, that gave directives for renovating the building. Okay, how about the people that built that International Conference Center? That International Conference Center was inaugurated, was commissioned in 1991 when General Ibrahim Babangida, president, as he called himself, you know, was president of Nigeria. So if we're not suffering from present-mindedness, I think that the honor should have been given to the president who delivered originally on it, not the man whose administration renovated it. In fact, the minister of the FCT didn't stop there. Certain sections of the building were named after the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Reps, the Chief Justice of Nigeria. It is temporocentrism to the extent that if another administration comes tomorrow and that administration also decides to renovate the building, they might as well also go ahead and decide to change the name of the building. I think that, look, when we name monuments, we should be sensitive to history. That's my only major criticism in that regard. Otherwise, you know, to renovate monuments, to rebuild them, to make them look good, a principal praising a loyal, obedient, you know, appointee, I don't have any problem with that. But it's just about that historical detail. Because I imagine General Babangida, knowing that the building that he supervised originally has been named after another person, may not feel very comfortable with it. And this naming system, this naming of monuments after leaders, we should be careful. I hope Wike will not wake up one day and say he has named Aso Villa after President Tinubu, after renovating some sections of the villa, because I'm sure some sections of the villa will also be in need of renovation.
ICC, International Conference Center, was built in 1991. It was built by General Muhammadu Babangida for 240 million naira. I repeat, 240 million naira. From the scratch, from the ground, not renovation. Babangida built that place from the scratch with 240 million naira. Let's fast forward 2025. They spent over 30 billion to renovate the place. Just renovation, 30 billion naira. That's what they spent. Even Babangida wey build the place. Babangida didn't name the place after himself because he knows it's our national monument. He did not name the place after himself. He called the place International Conference Center. People wey come renovate with billions. Just renovation, no be say dem change the structure. The minister wey renovate with billions, over 30 billion, can't change the name to their own name. Person wey build am no name am after his own name. Person wey renovate am for billions, so dem build that place for 240 million. They renovate am for 39 billion. After renovating, you know they can't change the name, can't name am after themselves. Just 2 years in power. See, inflation, they go up. Everything, they go up. Everything is going up. They don't care about what is going on. All they care about is naming, taking, naming, putting people on their side, ruling. Person wey build am, IDB, no name. He didn't name it. He didn't name the place after himself. He named the place International. Like every other country have their international, but you renovate for billions. People wey dey press Wike and renovation, then they commission renovation. They renovate in the commission.